Hello everyone, my name is Zishan Rahat Qureshi. I am the founder and CEO of High Achievers League. So today the topic of our presentation is 10 reasons why students do not perform well in SAT. So let's start with it. The first reason is really that students do not take the test seriously. Obviously not all of them, but there are some students who do not take the test very seriously. The reason why they do that is that they are good at school, they are good in English, they are good in math, and they think that they'll be able to perform very well in this test. But unfortunately, what happens is that their overconfidence in the end kills their chances. So even if you're a good student at school, please do not be overconfident. Do not think that you do not need to prepare for the exam. Always be prepared and give it your best shot. Number two, students do not perform well because sometimes they don't read the questions carefully. So it's very important to read the question carefully so that you understand what the question is actually asking you to do. Because if you don't understand the question, you will never select the correct answer choice. So always read the question carefully and understand what the question really wants you to do. Number three, the students make careless mistakes, and this is one reason why they do not do well on the exam. So why do we make careless mistakes? The reason generally is time pressure. So SAT is a time-bound exam, and there's a lot of pressure on us to do all the questions in time, and therefore we make careless mistakes. So I know it's a time-bound test, but please practice, practice, and practice. The more you practice within the time constraints, the less mistakes you will make. Number four, why do students not perform well in SAT? Because some students do not do the rough work. So I know that you're not given answer sheets like you're given, you're not given the scratch sheets, the rough sheets like you're given in GRE. But then there's always your test booklet that you can use to do rough work. So when you try to do everything in your head, what happens is that you are bound to make mistakes. So whenever you need to make notes, whenever you need to do some rough work, always use your test booklet, and hopefully you will not make as many mistakes. Number five, students panic and they take too much pressure before the exam. So remember that this test is designed in a way that even an average student can perform in an average manner. So do not be too much pressurized, do not panic. You will do well in the test. So one day before the exam, get a good night's sleep. And the next day when you are approaching the test center, try to relax. When you start the test, just try to be yourself, just try to be normal, and please do not take pressure. Students don't perform well because they make mistakes on the calculator. So remember, calculator is just a device that is there to help you in the calculator allowed sections. And whenever you are going to press the wrong button, you're always going to get a wrong answer. So while using the calculator, please be very careful. And another important thing is that you may not necessarily need to use the calculator on every question. So if you can do without the calculator, fair enough, do it. But if you really need to use the calculator, be careful about it. Do not use, students don't do well when they don't use shortcuts. So especially in the math questions, there are some shortcuts that you can use. In fact, the test makers want you to use those shortcuts, because if you try to do the question in the conventional manner, it may take a lot of time. Let me give you an example. So you know that a minus b whole square, the formula for that, or the formula for a square minus b square, it's a plus b into a minus b. So you don't need to open up the brackets and try to multiply every term with every other term. If you know the formula, just use the formula, use the shortcut, and the time that you save here, you can use that time for more difficult questions. So use shortcuts whenever possible. Students don't perform well because they don't use the process of elimination. What is process of elimination? POE is a method that you use to eliminate wrong answer choices. And why is that important? That's because when you eliminate wrong answer choices, then your chances of getting to the correct answer or the best answer, they rise. So the answer choices that you know for sure are not the correct answers, just eliminate them from your list and just try to hit on the answer choices that are left after that. Students do not do well because they do not remember the formulae. You do not need to remember all the formulae in the world to do well on SAT. So there is a limited number of formulae that you need to remember. Some of them are given in your test booklet, some of them are not. So the formulae that are generally used in SAT and are not given in your test booklet, remember them. And where can you find them? You can find those formulae in the books that are readily available in the market. So please remember your formulae. Last but not least, students who do not read all answer choices do not do well on SAT. So let's suppose you really like answer choice number 2 and you think that is the best answer, but you ignore to read answer choices number 3 and 4, where in reality the correct answer or the best answer is answer choice number 4. So if you haven't gone through all the answer choices and you select your answer before doing that, this means you haven't really given yourself the chance to pick up the correct answer. So please always read all the answer choices and then pick the best answer choice. I hope these points will help you out in your SAT. And before I end, please note down our web address. It's www.haleague.com. Our email address is info@haleague.com. And our cell number is +92 321 412 9411. So until next time, goodbye and best of luck.